Hi everybody. And we're going to be making matzahs because Passover is next week. And Passover is a really interesting holiday. I grew up like Italian Catholic, although I'm a secular humanist now and kind of embrace everything. But even when I was a kid growing up in Catholic school, we had a Seder dinner. So those of you who are not Jewish who are saying, well, I don't want to really do anything for Passover, think about it. I do a Seder every year with my friends. And honestly, if you are Christian and you do take the host is the matzah. And we are going to make matzah today. Now, matzah is a flat bread cracker that has to be made before fermentation begins. The rabbis say it has to be done in 18 minutes, so no fermentation starts. But it is because when the Jews were escaping slavery from Egypt, they didn't have time for the bread to rise, so they made this quick bread, and it's become a tradition for thousands of years. So it's all symbolic, but it's all very cool. So this is how good the matzah looks. Look at this. Listen to it. Beautiful, snappy matzah. We're going to make it, and I'm going to do something very cool. Those of you who live in New York, in the Hudson Valley, this is Wild Hive Farm. Don Lewis, one of my pals, wildhivefarm.com. You can get local Hudson Valley, perfect flour, same year, not rancid, not old, really great, and I recommend it. So what we need to do this, now we're going to kick this off, we're going to bang this out. We're going to make enough for about a dozen to 15 matzahs, which is enough for a small Seder, or Uncle Herb. We're going to do 2 cups of flour, a little less than a half cup of water, tablespoon of olive oil, pinch of salt. That's it. No leavening, no time. So what I want to do is I want to get my 2 cups of flour here. This is this beautiful flour, but I want to give it a quick sift to make sure there are no lumps in it. That'll help it. That'll help it to get nice little bubbles when it cooks. Oh, nice measure, Dad. Great. Get this out of the way. The nice thing about wearing black and doing flours, you get to do your Julia Child thing. All right, look, this is a quick sift. Great. Now you can use a mixer on this if you're worried about 18 minutes. You want to get it done even quicker, you can use a power mixer, but I'm going to do this right here. I've got about a little scant half cup of water, tablespoon of olive oil. A mild olive oil is good. You can also use vegetable oil. I wouldn't use coconut oil or anything that gets hard when it gets cold. A nice cracking of salt. We're using some Himalayan, and let's just give this a little work with the spoon until we have a little sticky come together, and then we're going to use our hands to make a dough, adding a little more water if we need to. We want a nice sticky dough. So let's get our hand in there, and I definitely think I need a little more water because I probably didn't measure that flour right. Did I? I just dumped it in there. You want kind of a moist dough, but I have my oven behind me set on 550, and I have a pizza stone in there. Now you don't need a pizza stone. You can put a sheet pan in there. If you have like one of those portable cast iron griddles that you may use to make, use it in your own, on your grill outside, you can use that, but you want a hot platform, just like a pizza. So see, I'm combining my Italian roots and my passion for Jewish cooking because I'm using a pizza stone. Look, there's some dough. This is enough to start. And I'm going to use a pasta roller. Whoa, what's up, pork chop? Pasta roller. You could do this, obviously, with a rolling pin on a board. A little bit more. Take about half of that bowl. Good. Okay, good. Now it's getting nice and sticky. I had to work it a little bit more. Put my hands off. So let's make a little disc. Put a little flour on the machine. Let's push this through, and then we'll get it through a couple of times, and we'll have our matzah medium. One. Come on. Fold it on itself, press it down. We're developing gluten by doing this, which is going to give you your bubbles. Okay, good. Now we're starting to get it together. Triple fold. Go right back through. Here we go. Sometimes the machine just wants to work you a little bit. It wants to make me like mortified on Facebook. One more time on the thickest setting, then we're going to go down a number. Okay, let's go down. These are nice and rustic too, which I like. They look very cool. You see, I made a few in advance there about an hour ago. So those are not going to pass kosher law, but if you're reformed and you're happy, have fun. All right, 2 times there. We're going to go down one more setting. And then we're not going to go to the thinnest setting. We're going to go to the second from thinnest setting right here. That's going to be, I think that's a 3 millimeter setting. That's going to give you a nice thin, look at that, beautiful sheet. Cut this here, drop it on a floured pan. Take this one, we'll leave it on the floured board. So now, what do we want to do to get this done? We have to dock it so it gets bubbles. So we're going to take a fork, and we're going to do little pinchy pinchies just like this. This way, if you don't do this, what'll happen is, and I've made one in there, I can show you later, you'll get one big bubble as opposed to lots of little blistery bubbles, which make matzahs good. All right, so poke, 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 poke. Edit, poke, poke, edit, poke, poke, poke. Oops. Okay, now I'll take my pizza cutter, cut this into a couple of matzah crackers. We're gonna make this one at a time. This is really old school. Got a little mister. Mist it a little bit, and that's gonna help your salt to stick. Gonna do some Himalayan sea salt. You can do kosher salt. You can do garlic salt. It's pretty good. Follow me around, Lizzie. Come on to the oven. Here's my oven, cranked up at 550, as you see. I had it cranked up for about 15 or 20 minutes, and in there is my pizza stone, which is wicked hot. This is replicating the stones in the desert being baked in the sun. So let's take one of our, pieces of matzah and lay it right on the stone. Don't touch it, it's hot. Another one. I didn't cut all the way through. I see what happened. 2. Take one of the ones I made earlier. Those are for the Gentiles at the Seder. They won't know the difference. 3. So you do this in 2 or 3 batches. You see I only use about a quarter of the dough. And you can get, 20, 30 matzahs. Enough for a nice Seder. You see they're already starting to bubble a little bit. Let's put this in here. Literally, we're going to bake these for about 90 seconds. Come on down here, Lizzie. Right into the oven. See what's happening? We're starting to get some blisters. Close the oven. We're going to go another, let's just stay down here. Do the squat. You do another 30 or 40 seconds in there. Okay, come back down. All right, so now I'm going to take these guys. See, you can get a little gold from the bottom of the stone there. I'm going to give them a turn. And I want you to remember, when they come out of the oven, they'll be slightly pliable. You don't want to cook them till they're fully crispy, because when they cool, they're going to get crispy, and you certainly don't want to burn them because they'll get bitter. Beautiful. Homemade matzahs. Stack them in a nice basket. Take care of each other. Keep your family together. I love you all. We'll see you again. So the pasta machine is really a good trick, right? Ready for some matzah? This is what I like. Ready for the sound?